Anyone can write strlen function, but not everyone writes it correctly. Let's implement strlen and then fix it like a senior engineer. We want to implement a function that accepts a null terminated character string and returns its length. And you are not allowed to use any standard library functions like strlen. Let's write the function prototype first. Int my strlen, and it accepts a character pointer char star str. Caller will pass a character pointer which is pointing to a character string. So let's assume caller passes hello string, HELLO, and how this is represented in memory. We have this hello character array and it is terminated with a null terminator character, and str is pointing here to begin with. Now to find the length of the string, let's use one len variable which is set to 0 initially. We have int len equal to 0. To find the length of the string, we will compare each character with the null terminator character. And if the character is not a null terminator character, we'll increment the length and we'll move forward until we reach the null terminator character. So let's see the logic. Initially len is 0. So we compare the first character with the null terminator character. This is not a null terminator character. We'll increase the len to 1. Then we move forward. This is again not a null terminator character, so length will be increased to 2. Again we move forward. This is not a null terminator character, so length will be increased to 3. Again we move forward. Again this is not a null terminator character, so length will be increased to 4. Again we move forward. Again this is not a null terminator character, so length will be increased to 5. This is a null terminator character, so we will stop. So let's write the while loop. While str of len is not equal to null terminator character. Until we find this null terminator character, we increment the len. So len plus plus. At the end of this while loop, len will have the number of characters present in the string. So we'll return len, return len. The logic is very simple and this code works, but it has several problems. Let's discuss them one by one. The first problem is we are returning int, but the string length cannot be negative. So we must return unsigned int or size t. Size t. Standard strlen returns size t. So here we need to change it to size t, and again this will be size t. So let's modify the code. This should be size t. Second problem is we are missing the const correctness here. We wrote char star str, but in this function we are not modifying the string. So the correct signature will be const char star str. This prevents accidental modification and matches standard prototype. And the third problem is there is no null check. What if the input is null? This code will crash. So we need to guard it properly. So we can add code here like this. If str equals to null, then return 0. Return 0. In real systems, you may want such kind of defensive programming. Otherwise, explicitly document the behavior. The standard strlen function doesn't have such guard. It expects caller to pass a correct pointer. This code is much better now, but can we improve this further? Let's improve this further by using pointers. So we have now size t, my strlen, and it accepts a const char star str. To begin with, let's have a null pointer check. If str equals to null, then we simply return 0. Return 0. Let's see how we can use pointers to build this function. Let's say caller passes hello string, HELLO, and it is terminated with a null terminator character. And to begin with, str is pointing to the first character. Now to find the length of the string, we'll use one more pointer. Let's say we use s pointer, which again points to the beginning of the string. So we have const char star s, and it starts with str. To find the length of the string, we'll increment this pointer s until we reach the null terminator character. To begin with, s is pointing to h, and it's not a null terminator character. So s will be incremented and it will point to e. So s will point here. Again, e is not a null terminator character, so s will point here. Again, l is not a null terminator character, so s will point here. Again, l is not a null terminator character, so we'll increment s and it will point here. And again, o is not a null terminator character, so we'll increment s and s will point here. And at this moment, S is pointing to a null terminator character, so we'll break the loop. So if you notice carefully, S is pointing to the null terminator character and str is pointing to the first character. So S minus str will give the length. Let's write this logic. Let's write the while loop. While star S. Why star S here? We are dereferencing a S pointer. So star S will give the value at the location where S is pointing to. So if the value is, say, null terminator character 0, then this while loop will break. And in this while loop, we'll simply increment S pointer, S plus plus. So at the end of this while loop, S will point to a null terminator character and loop will break. And we'll simply return S minus str. And this is our length of the string. Now let's see the complete code. Now let's see the final working code. Here is our mystrlen function. And in the main, we are creating two strings, a hello string and an empty string. This printf statement will print the length of the hello string. This printf will print the length of the empty string. And with this third printf, we'll see the behavior of the function by passing the null pointer. Let's compile this code and run. Let's run it. Here the length of hello is 5, length of empty string is 0, and length of null is 0 as expected. Master the fundamentals and you will start thinking the way C expects you to think.